There's a lot of Sonic games that are actually very underrated. Some underrated games that I actually really do enjoy, and maybe you would also really enjoy them as well. So today we're going to be going through a list of some of the most underrated Sonic games and why they're underrated. Let's get right into it. Alright, so the first one is Sonic and the Secret Rings. Now this one I actually played quite a bit, not really recently. I should probably play it again soon, but this game is actually very fun. And when you actually learn how to play on this little controller here, it actually is sometimes a fun challenge. And it has a cool story as well, and it also has Darkspine Sonic in it, which I've been trying to get to. And if I do get to it, I'll make a video on it. So stay tuned for that if that ever happens. But yeah, it has pretty cool mechanics, and it also has unique things like a time break where you can press a button and Sonic will go through a section very fast. And it's actually like a more chaos control type thing, and it is pretty cool. It doesn't include a boost in the game, but this is kind of like it, I guess, if you want to call it that. But yeah, like I said, it's more like a chaos control, which is still cool. And a very similar one is Sonic and the Black Knight, and I'm only talking about it because some of the issues in Sonic and the Secret Rings were actually fixed in this game, like the lack of multiplayer, frustrating boss fights. It has a very repetitive thing in the game, like you'll have to go into the same world or level like 10 times just to do different missions in them, which I'm not trying to persuade you to not play it now, but I'm just saying the issues, like when you do the levels, like the base levels, like when it's not some mission or something, it's actually very fun. But it also just had some kind of difficult controls and stuff like that, and that was also fixed in Sonic and the Black Knight. The next one is Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transform. This is one of my favorite Sonic games, and it's because it just is very fun and it feels good. But this one is very underrated as well. I think it should be way more popular. Even though it's an older game, I think it should be popular still. I think one of the main reasons why it's actually not that popular is because it actually was overshadowed by Mario Kart. Mario Kart just kind of took everything from that game, but it is so good. Like honestly, sometimes I'd rather play that game over Mario Kart because it just feels more like a racing game. And there's a lot of stuff you can actually do in the game. There's like this capture the Chow thing. You have to hold the Chow. It's kind of like the Shine in Mario Kart, but better. And yeah, it's honestly just really worth a play. Next up is Sonic Heroes. This one is pretty underrated in my opinion. I do have Sonic Heroes, and when I played it, it was pretty tough, but it was also very fun and different to every other Sonic game because you have 3 characters that you kind of have to control, or I guess 1 character at a time, but you can use all 3 characters in their own way. I think when you use Knuckles, you can throw Sonic and Tails at the badniks, and it makes use for all the characters, so it's cool. And the ending of Sonic Heroes, if you can get through all 4 of the teams, so like all 4 stories, I guess, it's very worth it because you get to fight Neo Metal Sonic, and it's really cool. The final game we are going to talk about is Sonic Rush. Honestly, there is some crazy things that this game actually had, like it introduced the boost mechanic that is used in almost every single Sonic game now, because yes, the boost started in 2D and it was moved to 3D, so that is really cool. And it also introduced one of the most popular characters in the franchise, Blaze the Cat, and it also has some of the best soundtracks as well. Like, I personally don't really like playing the game, but it brings a lot of stuff into the franchise, so I think this was like a good game to have just because it brought like the boost and Blaze the Cat and everything. So honestly, you can't really be mad at the game. What game do you guys think is the most underrated? Personally, I think it'd have to be Sonic and the Secret Rings. I think it's pretty underrated, and I think people should give it more of a chance. Or maybe I'm just weird and I like it for no absolute reason. I got no idea. So yeah, let me know in the comments. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys want to see more Sonic based videos rather than just Sonic Speed Simulator, and I'd like to hear what you guys think. Thank you guys very much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.